Crime dramas and police procedurals have been the staple diet of the Indian streaming ecosystem and its consumers for over half a decade. The genre has virtually retreated itself from the big screens in a post-pandemic resignation to over-the-top entertainers. As a genre that is interested in unveiling more than unfolding, its voice is found most effective and fitting on streaming platforms. Given that the more understated and measured storytelling occurs on these over-the-top or OTT services, the terminologies are ironic, even if the irony is not novel. But neither is Bhagwat Chapter One, Raakshas, streaming on Zee5. In the landscape of fictionalized retelling, the film is a second-hand account of the Cyanide Mohan case, which was previously accounted by the extremely arresting Dahaad that released on Prime Video. Starring an impeccable Vijay Varma as the serial predator and an effectual Sonakshi Sinha as the Dalit police officer determined to hunt down the man behind the disappearances of multiple women. Here, Kumar as Rajkumar or Sameer plays the perceptive predator and Arshad Warsi plays Bhagwat, the intuitive hunter. Narrative parallels between the two are countless because the source material is essentially the same. A sexual hawk preying on lonely women who long for companionship but are shortchanged by a third world nation's socio-political and cultural currency. The women eventually pay the price of their longing with their lives at the hands of Rajkumar, whose pseudonym Sameer even translates to a pleasant companion. These metaphors are neat for most part of the film. Even the finer details of the plot are identical, in the way that the predator on both accounts approaches his victims by assuming familiarity to ignite a conversation or light a spark, or the way a religious love trap is alleged by one of the victim's fathers only to rile up local political figures to coerce police into action. Potentially fatal misogyny is not as urgent unless it triggers a faction's inherent bigotry, or that an investigation of the said missing girl reveals the vanishing of multiple young women with similar traces, or that the way in which the names of the many victims are floated around to the point that it gets too convoluted to keep a track, only to give you an impression of the expanse of this crime. Similar is the theme of exploring societal fault lines by letting the antagonist be the vessel for it. If Vijay Varma's Anand Swarnakar in Dahaad channels his caste superiority to commit femicide of the lower caste, Jitu's Rajkumar deploys the camouflage of a progressive Muslim to use his victims' socio-cultural defiance against them. Watch how he feigns anger when one of his key victims, Meera, tells him that she isn't allowed to wear jeans by her father. Or in the same scene, when a creepy waiter gawks at Meera in Rajkumar's presence. So for that reason, it is challenging to talk about Bhagwat without comparing it to Dahaad. Commentary can only come from whatever separates the two, most visibly its form of storytelling. Dahaad's long-form storytelling allows for its characters' personal and professional lives to inform, reaffirm, and repair each other. For ACP Bhagwat, a personal tragedy of the past fuels his motivation and investigation. The trope is dated but hard to go wrong with. But these lofty swings over the course of 2 hours are cut to size in its final act when the film morphs into a courtroom drama with no objection to flimsy arguments on both sides. Writer Bhavini Bheda and director Akshay Shere lose track of proceedings and run out of steam or vision the moment they try to overtake Dahaad. By then, they also run out of any socio-political commentary to paper over the cracks of the screenplay. Like the one that a man named Rajkumar is revealed to have 2 wives at once, a moral transgression which can only be afforded to Muslims. All that's left then is the conclusion, which if you've seen Dahaad, is easily predictable. Arshad Warsi and Jitendra Kumar, ably supported by the rest of the cast, are not bad at all. Warsi, who is in his 2.0 era, extends his character's pitch from Asur to Bhagwat with updated shades. The themes of the two are not too far either. After all, Bhagwat is the illegitimate child of Asur and Dahaad, of lore and reality, of mythology and psychology. Arshad Warsi's second innings as an actor is built on such brooding characters as Bhagwat, which is a far cry from his comedic roles from the era in which this film is set in. His own physicality is at odds with the character's mentality and ability. When suspects try to run away from him, he does not even flinch, much less go after them. The subordinates do that. Yet, he's the one who nabs them towards the end of the scene. But it is Jitendra Kumar who takes on a seriously subversive role as the cold-blooded, lecherous criminal, which is in stark contrast to his warm, affable, and relatable parts that have been eulogized for a decade now. Imagine Kota Factory's Jeetu Bhaiya's genius meets Sachiv Ji's wide-eyed modesty meets Vijay Varma's creepy predatory instincts from Dahaad. The concoction is a heavily potent character which is caught in a bottle that is graded in shades of amber and teal. Despite being uninventive, films like Bhagwat do not find themselves ineffective. The stories remain the same. The setting could literally be anywhere, because at the end of a present-day over-the-top India, the existence of films like Bhagwat is a subtle statement of solidarity and defiance in itself.